The courtroom fell into an uneasy silence when the man in the ceremonial uniform stepped forward. White gloves, polished shoes, a face carved from discipline and restraint. Laughter rippled from the defense table. "A tomb guard?" the lawyer scoffed. "Your Honor, is this a joke?" The judge frowned. The developer smirked. The widow beside the guard trembled, clutching eviction papers with shaking hands. Then the guard spoke quietly, evenly. "I stood watch over the unknown soldier for 7 years," he said. "Today, I'm standing watch over his wife." The room stopped breathing. The bailiff called the cases, voice flat and procedural, as if this were just another line on the docket. Carter v. Langley Development Group. Evelyn Carter rose slowly from her seat. Her knees felt weak, as though the weight of the room had settled directly onto her bones. She was 68, small-framed, with silver hair pulled back neatly, the way her late husband used to like it. In her hands were papers she had read 100 times and still didn't fully understand. Legal notices, lease clauses, words that felt sharp and foreign. Beside her stood James Walker. He did not look like a lawyer. He stood straight, shoulders squared, hands clasped loosely behind his back. His uniform was immaculate, dark blue, pressed to perfection, medals catching the courtroom lights. The tomb guard insignia rested over his heart, quiet and unmistakable. Whispers passed through the benches. Why is he dressed like that? Is he even allowed to speak? This isn't a military ceremony. At the defense table, Victor Langley leaned back in his chair, expensive suit draped effortlessly over confidence built on money and inevitability. His lawyer, Cole Brennan, didn't bother hiding his amusement. He adjusted his cufflinks and stood. "Your Honor," Cole began, smiling thinly, "before we waste the court's time, I'd like to clarify something. Who exactly is this man?" The judge looked over his glasses at James. "Sir?" James stepped forward one measured pace. The soles of his shoes made a soft, controlled sound against the floor. "James Walker," he said. "I'm here representing Miss Carter." A beat of silence. Then Cole laughed. Actually laughed. "Representing?" Cole repeated. "Your Honor, this gentleman appears to be, what is it? A tomb guard at Arlington. Surely the court doesn't intend to accept legal arguments from someone whose primary qualification is standing very still." A few people chuckled, not loudly, nervously. Evelyn's cheeks burned. Her fingers tightened around the papers. She leaned closer to James and whispered, "It's okay, we can leave. I don't want to cause trouble." James didn't look at her yet. His eyes stayed forward, calm, focused. Judge Harland cleared his throat. He was an older man, gay-haired, stern, with the posture of someone who valued order above sentiment. "Mr. Walker," he said slowly, "do you hold an active license to practice law in this jurisdiction?" James nodded once. "I did, and I can provide the record." Cole cut in quickly. "Did. Past tense. Your Honor, with the respect, this is highly irregular. We're dealing with a straightforward lease violation. This is not the place for theatrics." James finally turned his head, slightly, just enough to look at Cole. "Theatrics," he repeated softly. "No, counselor. What's happening here is something much simpler." He reached into a worn letter folder and withdrew a single document. Just one. "This notice of lease violation," James continued, holding it up, "is dated March 14th. It claims an inspection occurred at 2:17 p.m. Cole rolled his eyes, and James placed the document gently on the podium. At 2:17 p.m. on March 14th, the building management office was closed permanently, according to your own company's filing with the city. The murmurs stopped. Judge Harland leaned forward. "Is that accurate, Mr. Brennan?" Cole's smile flickered, just barely. "That's not relevant." James didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. "It's relevant because the inspection never happened," he said, "which means the alleged